Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, October 27th. It is 6:21 right now. Market's gonna open in about 9 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. Just got a couple of things here to update. And we should be good to go. Good. Good. All right, let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Looks like we are good to go, guys. So as people start to make their way in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here on our liquidity chart. I'll start from the daily time frame. Mark up liquidity right there, 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 there. And if you guys are new here, I mark up liquidity where my high-low indicator is indicating liquidity that has not been tested. So I'm just marking them up right there from the daily down to the 8-hour. Down to the 4-hour. Down to the 2-hour. Down to the 1-hour. Down to the 30-minute, and I'll change the color right here. Down to the 15. Lastly, the 10-minute. And it looks like we're good to go. All right, guys, so looking at current price right here, we currently have liquidity right above at 32,962. This is currently a low level liquidity right here. Right above it, we have a regular liquidity, blue line. Going down below over here, we have liquidity at 32,783. And that's pretty much it for liquidity there. Here is our clean chart. I'm going to mark up 6:30. Drag it over to 8 o'clock. Here is our high-low scalp V2 chart. And here is our main chart right here. So I think we had news this morning. Let me check the calendar real quick. We had news over here at 5:30. It was pretty much mixed. So we had news at 5:30. We have the Fed speaking right here at 6 o'clock. And then we have news at 7 o'clock, which is more inflation news. So 5:30 and 7 o'clock. So I'm going to mark up 7 o'clock first. And then I'll mark up the news over here at 5:30. This like crazy looking candle right here. All right, so looks like we're good to go, guys. Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, October 27th. It is 6:26 right now. Market's going to open in about 4 minutes. Let's see who's here so far. Morning, Daniel. Morning, Patricia. Morning, Dan. Morning, Johnny. Morning, Randy. Morning, Maria. Morning, William. Yeah, Randy, it's cold here now. It's starting to feel like winter. It's like actually fall winter, so it's pretty cold here in my office. I like to leave the window open, so I had to put on a jacket today. Yeah, I like trading in the cold, but it's like really cold today for whatever reason. So I had to wear a jacket today. I typically don't like wearing jackets because I like just wearing a t-shirt, but a little more comfortable with the jacket today. So, all right, guys, market is going to open up shortly. Let's take a look at the overall bias for today. We currently have retail sentiment, which is currently 66% long. This indicates that 66% of retail traders are currently buying right now. So we typically want to do the opposite and sell. With that said, we actually have a bias today for retail sentiment. We haven't had a bias pretty much all summer. And we finally have a bias now. So we currently have a bearish bias for retail sentiment. I'm going to put that up over here. Today's overall bias, retail sentiment is bearish, 66% long. Fundamental bias, check that real quick. Fundamental bias is currently neutral. It's up 20 points. Short-term technicals, long-term technicals. Looking over here on the technical side, we currently have a mixed bias over here on the short term. You can see the 1 minute bullish, prices above the pivots, the trend meter is green, pivots are angling up. 5 minutes also kind of bullish neutral, and the 10 minute over here is straight neutral bearish. Longer time frames over here on the higher time frames, 30 minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour are all bearish. You can see prices below the pivots, trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. So we're going to say neutral for short term and bearish for long term. All right, guys. So as you guys can see here, we have somewhat of a bearish bias. It's not very bearish, but there's 2 out of 4 here that are bearish. 2 of them are neutral. So we're going to have a bearish neutral bias on open. Market is going to open up shortly, guys. We currently have a buy signal here. So if you get 2 green candles on open, that's going to be a buy for the breakout V2. And that's pretty much it for right now. So we're only testing 2 strategies now. I kind of dropped the intraday scalp on open. I just didn't really feel like it was as profitable as we needed it to be. So we're currently still testing the breakout V2, and we're testing the momentum scalp, the momentum counter scalp. Those are the 2 strategies we're testing. For the official strategies, we're looking at the momentum pullback scalp and the high-low scalp V2. Huge candle right here pre-market. As you guys can see, as a pending sell signal, but we'll see what happens here shortly. When market does continue to carry along. So market is now open, guys. Here is the opening candle right here. So we got opening price right there. On a dump right now. You got to keep in mind that Fed bar is speaking right now. So the Fed is speaking at the moment. I'm going to be a little careful with entries. But we currently have a sell signal. So if we get 2 red candles, this is going to be the first red candle. If we get a second red candle right after it, that's going to be the breakout V2. So just keep that in mind, guys, if you guys are looking to take the breakout today. ATR is currently at 15. It's not very high right now, but it is picking up as we're getting this volatility here on open. So you can see prices rejecting directly off the sessions right here. It's a bit of a risky area to trade in, a lot of manipulation. But again, if this closes red, then this is going to be the breakout V2 if you guys are looking to take it. I personally would, I just wouldn't take it because it's at a red flag. Obviously, you guys can see here it's at the sessions. looks like the New York low. So I'll mark it up for you guys if you guys want to take it. We still have to test it, so I'm going to mark it up, and then if you guys want to take it, feel free to take it. Otherwise, I'll continue looking for any other opportunity that may appear as we continue on with this session. So this here needs to close as a red candle. If it doesn't close as a red candle, then there's not going to be entry there for the breakout V2. You'd have to look for the next two red candles, and that's going to be your entry for the strategy there. So no red candle there. There's not going to be no breakout V2 here. All right, so again, guys, you have to go ahead and wait for two red candles. We currently have the sell signal right here. We need two red candles. Once we get those red candles, we can start looking for an entry here for the breakout V2. If we get a buy signal here, then we can start looking for a momentum counter scalp back to the downside. But right now, we just don't have anything here to look at. I'm going to mark up opening price right here as well. So I'm going to do this too, and I'm going to mark up opening price here on the high-low scalp V2s because I'm only going to look for high lows that happen after market open. I don't care about the ones that happen like way back. I mainly want to focus on the ones that happen here when the market actually opens. So, all right, we don't have anything here yet. I'll mark this up right here as low just in case, you know, anybody wants to take this as a high-low scalp V2. But at this very moment, we just don't have anything to take right now. Check CNBC again real quick, refresh. Still pretty flat. Key inflation gauge rose 0.3% as estimated, as expected in September. So yeah, inflation is just going up higher and higher. You know, it's crazy. Like it shows right here, these orange juices. These orange juices used to be $1. Now they're like $3.99. Clear example of inflation there. Everything's getting expensive. It doesn't really matter what you're looking at. Everything's getting expensive for the most part. All right, so we got one red candle right here, guys. If we get another red candle right after, that's going to be the breakout V2. You know, this might start setting up for a high-low scalp V2 as well. Or not. That low right there just got pushed back, so there's no entry there for high-low scalp V2, at least not yet. Price looks like it's attempting to get to liquidity over here. If price continues to drop, that's probably going to be the target price point that it may attempt to reach right here. So again, guys, if this closes with a red candle, this is going to be the breakout V2 if you guys are looking to take it. If you guys really want to take it, but you feel kind of like scared to take it, I would either not take it or maybe even just go for 100 pips, right? 100 pips will probably get hit if you guys are looking to take the breakout V2 here. Because there's like confluences here. It's trying to reach the, it's trying to get to the liquidity. So if it continues to drop, so it's kind of riskier here, guys. Yeah, so there's no two red candles there. You know, I just realized my MT4 is not even, that's weird. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Have you guys noticed on your MT4, it's like not even moving? Or never mind, it's moving now on mine. My MT4 is frozen for like a good, like 5 minutes right now. I thought my MT4 was just not working, but it was frozen for like a good 5 minutes. I was about to reset it, but it looks like it's okay now. MT4 has been kind of weird this whole week. Gion's mentioned it, you know, the candles have not been the same like pretty much every day this week. And I just looked at my MT4 right now because I was looking to maybe even take the breakout V2 for like 100 pips, and my chart was just frozen. It was frozen and then it just wasn't moving at all. It's been a weird week, guys, in general. Like altogether, this entire week's been very, very, very unusually weird with I mean, just everything in general. A lot of ranging. So today the price, surprisingly, market isn't really ranging too much. All right, guys, here goes another possibility of a breakout V2 here. Again, if you guys, I mean, I think it's a bit overextended where it's currently at. I mean, if you guys want to take it for a partial, maybe take it for a partial. If you just don't want to take it and sit out of it, just sit out of it for the next opportunity to come up. But it looks like this will actually be a breakout V2 entry. So let's see. There we go. As price comes down. I got hit with some slippage, guys. I tried to take it for 100 pips and it looks like I got hit with some slippage. I wasn't down to take for the full move. Let's see. Yeah, and the slippage was crazy on that thing. Oh. Once you guys see my accounts, you guys will see the slippage was pretty crazy across the board. Yeah, let me take a screenshot of this. This slippage is crazy. It showed that it hit TP, but I don't know if it did. Let me see. So let's see how far did it come down from here. I mean, it came down past 10, but it like literally filled it and then it just spiked up. So yeah, I got caught in some slippage there. I'm not in the position anymore, guys. So if you guys are listening to my analysis, I mentioned if you're like not feeling too comfortable about the position, only go for 100 pips because that'll probably go 100 pips, which it typically does most of the time. That's why our baseline for our TPs are usually 100 pips. So like 100 pips hit here, and then you can see how price is now kind of going sideways and back and forth. It might come down. So it may have the opportunity to come back down and go straight to full TP, but with this type of market that we've been in this entire week, it's probably best to just pull out and get your profit and just be done than obviously having to risk it, because the market this week has just been very rangy the entire week. Let me see the clean chart over here. Let's see if there's any zones yet. So there's one zone down here, but it's not really established yet. It's only been one candle. We'll come back and take a look at that later, and I'll make some adjustments here as well. Looks like William caught it for 90 pips. Nice work, William. And Maria caught it as well for a partial. So yeah, it looks like whoever took the breakout V2 there just took it the way that I mentioned. Right here, obviously didn't play through. So I'm going to go ahead and document this in the spreadsheet, but I caught it for like a small, I'm kind of glad that it pulled me out at that point, because if not, I would have been caught in this trade. So I'm going to add this to the spreadsheet over here for the breakout V2. Again, overall, the breakout V2 has been working very well. It's just this week has been kind of, it's been like very iffy for a lot of strategies, not just the breakout V2, but for, I mean, pretty much everything really. So we're gonna count this as a loss here, but I take it for a partial move for 100 pips. So on our official trades, obviously I'll be putting this as just a partial move. So for my official entries right here, this pretty much let me recoup some of the losses from Monday. So partial breakout V2. 10.27. This kind of broke my dry spell. I haven't had a trade in it's been a while since I've had any trades this week. It's for a sell when $100. Yeah, for the last 2 days, I haven't had any trades. So I guess you could say today's trade was kind of a FOMO trade. I just really wanted to get into a trade today because I haven't been taking any trades like all week. I took like 3 trades this week, I think. 1 loss, 1 win, and then right here for a partial win again. Patricia says something seems off with FTMO. Yeah, what's wrong with it, Patricia? Or what do you see wrong with it? Because that's exactly what I was saying earlier too. The candles were like really weird. So I think that's kind of why I got hit with this like crazy slippage. I'm going to take my screenshot of my my profits, and I'll show you guys what yeah, exactly. Patricia said lagging different colored candles. I agree. That's exactly what I saw too. And I think that's why I got caught in the slippage. So when I show you guys my profits, you guys will see all my accounts are all screwed up. Yeah, guys, you might want to be careful trading today. Like Patricia over here just confirmed that the candles are like different, like really different. And I noticed that earlier too. And Gion's been noticing that this week too. Gion actually, he ended up eating a loss this week because of that, because he was seeing something different on MT4 than what he saw on his trading view. I was telling him to just focus on trading view because MT4 is going to be doing that. I mean, it's done it before. This isn't something new, guys. So with the candles moving weird like this, if you guys have been trading with me for a while, you know, during COVID, this used to happen every day. During COVID, during the elections, when something crazy is going on in the world, it happens. But it hasn't happened lately. That's why it's been kind of weird for us, because we just haven't been seeing it very often. But yeah, let me just show you guys. Here, I'll just, where was the entry at? It was just right here. I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this real quick for a trade. Yeah, so I'm not sure if anybody's noticing that on MT4, but MT4 is lagging a lot with different candles, and it's just kind of, it freezes up every so often. Okay, so partial TP on two. All right, so here are my profits. Let me go back to the charts real quick. I just want to make sure we're not missing anything. Not really. Okay, so looking at where price is currently at right now, we may have a high-low scalp V2 that's starting to set up right here. I just want to make sure that this low does not get established next to it. See how there's a low right here? If we get two lows that are right next to each other again, this is another confirmation that price is in a range, right? This is exactly what we don't want. This is what happened on Monday. This is why we lost the trade. The price was in a range. So I just want to remind you guys. So right now we're not really, okay, so this might set up as entry here, but we'll see. Anyways, look, you guys want to look at my profits here. So here's my first account locked in 100 on my funded engineer. My FTMO gave me 310. Second FTMO gave me 310. My third FTMO gave me 510. You guys can see right here, there's a big price profit difference across all my accounts. Huge slippage across the board, across every single account. This is my main account that I executed the trade on. It was supposed to be 2,000 because I got 100 pips, but then I got caught with some slippage. So it only gave me half, 1,000. This is my second funded engineer, locked in 45. It should have been 100 again. Here is my personal account locked in 195. This was supposed to be around 500. This is my TFF locked in 467. So a lot of different profits across all my accounts for this one trade right here, with a ton of slippage there, of course. Other than that, let's see, Dejan said entered the trade going the wrong way by accident, got lucky to leave out with profit. So Dejan here actually entered the wrong trade, and he got lucky because he entered the wrong way. So Dejan over here locked in at 358. He actually took a buy instead of a sell. And then he pulled out as soon as it went into profit, went into drawdown initially, and then he made it back into profit. So nice work right here, Dejan, locking in 358 for the day. I'll add this to the team profits. So nice work right there, Dejan. And then we have Kenny here with a total profit of 2,560 for the day. Nice work, Kenny. All right, guys, so great work so far. You guys saw my profits. You guys saw everyone else's profits. If there's more profits that you guys want to share, feel free. Otherwise, it looks like we're back into a rangy market. This is exactly what we didn't want to happen today. But you can see that the market just repeats itself from Monday up until today, the market has just been ranging pretty much every day. This is not the type of market we really want to trade in, but we'll play it by ear. There's nothing we can really do here. There's no way to really stimulate the market. We have news coming up right here at 7 o'clock, so maybe this will push price around. But right now, at the moment, you guys can see it's the same exact pattern that we've been stuck with pretty much all week. You guys can see how it just repeats itself, right, over and over and over again. This is why Monday and Tuesday are usually days where you kind of want to take it easy to just see what the market is showing you, so that when you move forward Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you'll know exactly what to expect. Market's been ranging pretty much every day this week. It's not a good market to trade in, because, and the reason for that is because the obvious, right? If you trade in a market like this, here, I'll just draw the other zone here. I'll draw the temporary zone at the moment. All right, so we got the temporary zone right over here. Right, this is not a good area to trade in, because if price just keeps ranging back and forth, eventually it's going to break out, right? And if you're on the wrong side of the market, it's not going to play well with your account, right? Price will break out in either direction at some point or another. Let's hope that it actually breaks out and it doesn't just break out and then go into another range, right? Because that's what's been happening every day this week. This is probably a week to just be a little more careful. You know, we've kind of talked about this all week, really. Just wait until the market kind of breaks out and goes in a direction. So right here, this lower low has not been, or it might have been established by now. We'll see if this next candle closes. Because if we have two lows right here, I for sure will not be taking any high-low scalp V2s or any entries for that part. Because this is going to confirm that price is in a range, at least on the downside. Up here, price is still kind of coming down slightly. You guys can see how, let's see. Like you can kind of still see how price is coming down, right? So this is still going downwards, but if this ends up going sideways, then it's basically setting up for a triangle. I keep clicking on the wrong tool. So price set up for a pattern like that, where price can break out in either direction, right? Price can break out above, or price can break out below. All right, so we had price break below here. I'm definitely not going to take this high-low scalp V2. If you guys want to take it, I'll mark it up for you guys. But again, I'm not going to take it because obvious reasons right here. You guys can see there's now 3 lows right here, 3 lower lows at that. They're not even lows, they're just lower lows. That's even worse. Like if there were higher lows, then great, but they're both lower lows. So there are 3 lower lows right here. So this is just, I think this is going to be established as the support. So looking over here on the clean chart, you guys can see right here, this is a support. So price might fake out and just pull back into the range like it did like pretty much every day this week. So just be careful, guys. I'll mark it up for you guys. If you guys want to take it, it's up to you guys. But you know, I'm gonna give you my firsthand like opinion that I'm definitely not going to take this trade here. I'll watch it and I'll see where it goes. But I'm definitely not going to take it. I'm not even going to take it for a partial. We already got burnt doing the same type of move on Monday. I'm not going to get burnt again. So, you know, when you guys make mistakes like that, you just have to learn from them, right? I had 1 loss for the entire month of October. If you guys look at my results over here, I had 1 loss for like basically 2 months, from September 15th up until October 27th. This trade right here was a good setup, but it was an obvious range. So I'm not going to get burnt twice off the same setup. So let's see. All right, price hasn't, I mean, technically it's broken past it. It's not really a good setup here. All right, let me see the questions over here real quick. Let's see, Daniel said I love Scout V2 hit. He took it for a partial. Let's see. Yeah, technically there was one right here. If you use the previous lows from pre-market, there was an entry that happened right here at about 6:30, 6:38. Yeah, price broke below, came back up right here, pulled back down, entry at that point right there. And it looks like there's another one, or it's the same level right now. These lows actually have the same exact level. So yeah, there was one right there that Daniel identified from a pre-market lower low. All right, so here goes the entry, guys. It's currently running right now. I'm not going to take the trade, but if you guys want to take it, feel free. We're following the entry right here. I just don't like the way that the market's currently moving right now. Currently, the ATR is 21, so you might want to go for a partial. You might want to go for 25.25 instead of 30.30. So this is what 25.25 looks like. I'll mark up a line right there. But if you guys want to go for the full 30.30, I'll mark it right there as well. Yeah, Maddie said he missed it, but the whole number hit TP. So this entry happened at 92. Which whole number are we using, Maddie? 75? Yeah, you can use 75. You can use 70, 25, 75, 50, 20, 50, 75, 00. Be the whole number. So if you guys went for 25 right here, ready to hit full TP. I'm basing it off the ATR. The ATR is currently 21, so the volatility is kind of low. And that would be the 25 mark if you guys were looking to take that for the entry there. Otherwise, it's still technically running right now. Williams asking, would you use pre-market valid lows to use as valid lows? So personally, I wouldn't. I would use the ones that established during market open because this pre-market low right here is actually the news candle. You can see right here at 5:30. So it was a manipulated candle. You can see how price came down super heavy, created the low, and then it spiked all the way back up, right? So I personally like using just the ones that happen after official market open. But I mean, if you want to use pre-market, you can. The farthest I'd probably go back would be like 5:30 because that's like the actual New York session. So New York pre-market is like 5:30 up until 6:30. And if you wanted to mark those up, feel free. But for me personally, I find the quality entries happen as the market actually has been open, not necessarily the ones before, because there's a lot of stuff that happens pre-market. Sometimes you get the pre-market like push to the upside or push to the downside. Sometimes you have news. Like this right here specifically was a news candle at 5:30. So I personally wouldn't have used it. Also because you're gonna get, if you used it, so if you use the lows pre-market, you're gonna probably get an entry right here when the market's moving super heavy on open. So I prefer to skip that because the main criteria for the strategy is to only take after market has stabilized, right? So if you're trading on the first 2 minutes right here, like for example, this entry came up, well, it didn't come up exactly in the first few minutes, but if it came up right here on the first two candles, you for sure would not be trading off this criteria here, which is one of the main criteria. So, I mean, you guys can take it. It's up to you guys. It's just the way that I see it. That doesn't meet my trading plan. So I stick to the trading plan to the T, and that's basically how I apply everything. Nice. So liquidity down below got blasted through. Yeah. So if anybody took liquidity down low right here, full TP. This was another reason I took the breakout V2 for a partial move, because I saw price was attempting to get down to the liquidity. So you guys see my markup right there. We marked this up earlier, and that's the reason why I took the trade earlier for a partial TP. I forgot to check it here to see if it blasted through for the high-low scalp V2. So this might play through. I mean, we'll see. I'm not going to hop into, I'm not going to FOMO into this move, but I'll continue watching it here. I'm looking at MT4 and it's still pretty like different, the candles. Not sure if you're noticing it too, Patricia, but I'm looking at it right now and the candles do not look the same. It kind of catches up for a second and then it lags a little bit later. Let's see, Daniel's asking on the high-low V2, can it close touching the level or it needs to close past the level? So it's kind of hard. So with this specific, like with this entry right here, Daniel, you can see here that the next candle below it, it actually does close below, but if you look at the red candle, it doesn't close below it, right? So for me personally, I would skip this here. I need it to be very clear. Like I need the red candle to actually close below it. And that's another reason why I wouldn't have taken this, even if this was valid. But you can see how this green candle, it opens below it. So there's a split second where this candle actually does break and close below, but it's not very clear. So for me personally, I would not count this as an entry. That's another reason why I didn't even bother to take it, or I didn't even like tell people to take it. I told people I just hold off. Because for one, price was ranging at this point. And then for two, this wasn't really a clear entry. Like I need it to be like this candle right here, right? Like your initial entry. So your initial entry over here. See how this candle broke and closed below it and it was super clear? Like I need something like that. I can't have it like right on the line. So even if it, say this was like a good entry and price wasn't ranging, I wouldn't have taken this entry here because it wasn't as close. And even if that was the case, it would still happen so quickly. Price would close below, close right above, and then the entry would happen immediately right after. So yeah, not exactly the best setup to be taking. And back to what William said, he's looking over quality entries versus FOMO entries. So I would consider this a FOMO entry for the most part, because for example, if I was to enter this trade here, I probably would have FOMO'd because I would have seen this happen so quickly and I would have just hit sell as soon as price came back down, right, on my MT4. So I would consider this a FOMO entry if I was to take it, but I'm definitely not in this position. So we're just watching it. Let's see. And we have news coming up right here at 7 o'clock. We also had a high-level momentum scalp right here just hit. I'm not sure if anybody identified that, but there was one right here. So there was a lower low right here. This strategy actually works very well during these ranging markets. Again, this is kind of a close entry. I'm not sure if I would have taken this one because again, it was very close. Like if you were watching this candle real time, it's easier to see here after it's happened. But if you were watching the candle real time, it would have been difficult to really confirm that it actually broke and closed above it. Like you have to either take the trade or just not take it because you wouldn't have enough time to think about it. So again, right here, high-low momentum. This is a high-low momentum scalp. This is a different strategy. You look for a lower low, look for momentum to break and close past pivots 1 and 2, which it slightly did right here, and you would have gone for 100 pips. So full TP on that move there if you decided to take it. So nice work right there, DR, for identifying that. We have the news candle right here. So we got price dumping right here. Let's check the news real quick. So the Michigan consumer expectations, negative, positive, positive. So it was pretty mixed. It's negative and positive for the most part. Looks like the high-low scalp V2 here that we were watching hit full TP, went really close to stop loss, and then it shot right down to full TP. So if anybody caught it, nice work. If you guys didn't, it's completely fine. I didn't take the trade. It's not going to count under my official trades, but I will put it in our spreadsheet so that we can take notes on this specific entry here. So this is for the high-low scalp V2. 10, 27, 23. Entry came up at like, we'll say 650. Let's round it up. Sell, win 300. Ranging market on entry. Full TP hit based off new spike to TP. All right, so I would consider this a lucky entry because it spiked down based off the news candle right here. News candle spiked all the way down, went straight to TP, and it corrected right where it needed to. We got another level right here, so it might be setting up for another one if price continues to climb down lower. What I'll do here on our clean chart or our main chart, actually, I'll start marking up levels here for the momentum pullback scalps. Or the 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 60, 70, 80. All right. So we have possibility of a momentum pullback scalp over here. Let me see if I mean, I guess I could stretch this out if I really wanted to. It just moves kind of weird that way. I guess if I really wanted to just see levels without market lines, I guess I could take these off. Because now it's leveled at the 10 mark. Because this will just help us clean it up a little bit. And then I'll just mark up one level at what we're looking for. So I'll just not mess with this chart here because this chart's going to have everything at the 10 mark rate. Every line here going sideways is at the 10. Obviously no entry here. There may be a possible opportunity here for a high-low scalp V2. Thanks, Jess. I'll take a look at that. So there's a free indicator called round numbers. Let's see. Check over here. Is it this one right here? First one? Say. I don't even know how to use it. We have to play around with it. Yeah, I'm not sure how to use this. Yeah, I'll play around with this later outside the live. But yeah, right now currently we have the lines already set up at the 10, so I think we're fine. And like what Sisu said, if you want to increase it, I can also increase the it's actually not that one. Currently at 6. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, we have the lines right here. They're not super bad, but they're cool. I just have to make sure not to mess with the zoom. Just gotta leave the zoom as is. Yeah, Andrew said he's smelling a fake out. I can see it too. So let's take a look at fundamentals real quick. Fundamentals are currently, they're down 42 points. They're still neutral for the most part. Looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 68% long. I think price is definitely coming back down. So I do see that fake out coming as well. It's way too far up. Yeah, I think price will fake out and make its way back down. So we got one candle, right? This is 1, 2, 3. This is the third candle. If it doesn't come back down within the next 2 candles, then there's not going to be opportunity here for the setup. And we'll have to move down to the next one. Yeah, exactly. Andrew said huge candles to lure them in. That's exactly what's happening. These big green candles right here are luring in some more buyers. They're getting these retail traders to just chase the buy because they think they're buying the dip, right? They think price is going back up. But as soon as price comes to a certain point, it's going to come crashing right back down. Andrew said, I used to think like it. Yeah, exactly. I think we all did, Andrew, at some point. You know, I think everybody kind of gets stuck to like say something like the RSI indicator. People love that indicator. You know, I think the RSI is good if you're using it with, I'm kind of curious now, I want to add it to my the RSI is good if you're using it with retail sentiment because yeah, so like right now it's not there yet. But yeah, once it gets to it really updated this RSI indicator, which is pretty cool. I don't even know what the overbought. This RSI indicator is kind of too complicated for me now. Okay, the band's here at 70.30. That's cool. Yeah, so if you guys use the RSI indicator here and you look at certain things like retail sentiment, like currently retail sentiment is at 68%. So, you know, whenever this thing gets to the oversold area, which I mean, I don't really need this because you already know price is coming down, but if you're looking to catch the top, then this could be useful. But I personally don't like using the RSI. I don't think it's necessary, but it is a good confluence. I'm gonna take it off. I don't like looking at it. It's too much. There's just too much on our screen. It's super unnecessary because we already know where it's overbought, right? You just got to measure it. So you measure from this low up to here, gets to like 100 pips, then it's probably going to be overbought at that point. Right here, it actually came down earlier. All right, guys, so this low over here is no longer useful. You can see price broke and closed below it. It faked out right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 candles have passed. There's no more use for that. We have the next opportunity right here at the next lower low. I'm going to go over here to the clean chart. I'm going to make some adjustments. All right, so this zone over here is fine. I'll just leave it as is. You guys can see how price pulled back into the range, right? It did exactly what we were anticipating. Price right here faked out, pulled back into the range, faked out a second time. What do you do after that? Pull back into the range. We're still in a ranging market. Even though the market looks like it's moving, realistically, we're in a ranging market. You guys can see over here, it's pretty obvious. There's 2 fake outs right here. There's a new low over here, so I'll just mark up the new zone. And I'll just update this zone too, as well while we're at it. All right, so you guys can see we're in 2 ranges that are right next to each other. There's a range up here. And if price decides to come down, there's a range right here. This is the same pattern that came up yesterday. If you guys remembered from the live session yesterday, this is exactly what happened yesterday. We had like 3 ranges. We had like a range up top, range in the middle, range in the bottom, and it just keeps going back and forth, back and forth. Not a good area to trade in at all. So I'm going to be very careful about the entries that I decide to take. For obvious reasons here, it's just not a good area to trade in. There's just, I mean, even if we were to look for this opportunity down here, it would still be in that range. Yeah, I mean, if you want to take these entries here, I would probably recommend to only go for partial moves because it looks like if you go for a partial move, it'll probably still hit your TP. Like it'll hit your TP and then it'll just bounce back because price is ranging. So as long as your TP is not too far out, like if you go for a 1030 here, like for example, it's probably gonna hit your TP. Like for example, if it comes back down right here, it'll probably come down, hit your TP, and then fake out right back into the other range. So yeah, I mean, it's up to preference, guys. I wouldn't recommend it, but I mean, some of you guys here just want to take a trade. So if you guys really want to take a trade, it's really up to you. It looks like there is no momentum counter scalp today. So I'm going to put that in the spreadsheet. So no entry for the momentum counter scalp today. I'm looking at it right here. We had a buy signal that came up right here. It had to be followed by 2 red candles. However, these 2 red candles right here had a sell signal. So there's no entry there for a momentum counter scalp. Let's see. Other than that, let's see. Right, we have some more team profits over here. We got Johnny here. Johnny's trying something new with his lot size of 30. Restore is low, but taking small scalps and exiting. Psychology is better with smaller lot sizes. Yeah, so Johnny over here locked in a total profit of 1,584 for the day. Nice work, Johnny. Yeah, exactly. Johnny's just trying something different. What I'd recommend, guys, for you guys is to always do what fits you, right? For me personally, I don't like taking like 10 trades, right? So Johnny over here took like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Took like 12 trades, which is fine. If it works with your trading style, then go ahead and take a lot of trades, right? He likes to take more trades with smaller lot size. So if that works for you, take more trades, like take every trade that comes up here on the live session, but take it with a smaller lot size. That'll help you kind of gain traction and trust your trades. For me personally, I've already gone through that route. That route is good and it's fun and it's exciting, but it's only exciting until it stops working, right? So for me personally, I'd rather just focus on like 1 or 2 solid trades and then just wrap it up, like just focus on 2 quality entries. So that's not bad, Johnny. Like go ahead and keep doing that. And then if it continues to work for you, just continue doing what works. There's no one way to trade, guys. You guys don't have to trade exactly how I do. You don't have to trade my strategies. You don't have to trade anything that I do. But if my trading style and my strategies work for you, then you should continue using them, of course. So I'm never going to knock someone's style of trading or a strategy or any of that, because I know I've been trading for so long that I've seen a lot of different strategies be applied and they work. I mean, they work to an extent. Like some people like to trade supply and demand. Supply and demand does work, but again, it only works to an extent. There's going to be times where it just fails every single day. And same with like support and resistance, right? People keep trying to argue that support resistance and supply and demand are completely different, but they're very similar. A lot of the zones are around the same area. I like to watch videos sometimes to see how people explain them. And if you listen to 2 people explain support resistance and supply and demand, they're slightly different. Like there's like one little key thing that's different between them 2 is that, you're looking for price to like, it's just the way that people identify supply and demand. But if you look sometimes, the supply and demand does line up with support resistance. So I don't know. I like watching videos of people explain trading sometimes. And then I'm like, man, this guy doesn't make any sense. It's crazy because YouTube is full of like people who say that they can trade, but then when you watch their videos, you're like, what are they doing? And a lot of them don't trade live. So I'd recommend if you guys ever vet somebody for trading, make sure that you've seen them trade live, like how I do every single day. Because this is like this is where it really shows if someone can trade or not, because they can analyze the market. They can tell you if the market's ranging. They can tell you if they can mark up if the market's ranging. They're not just telling you, oh, market's going sideways. They're actually marking up levels here like I did to show you, okay, so you can actually see that price is actually ranging here. It's not just like, oh, price is going sideways, so it's ranging. Like, for example, price looks like it's going sideways here, but it's actually climbing, right? Pre-market. So this here, you can see there's 2 different ranges. Price over here faked out and it pulls right back into the range. And that's how you know it's a range. Whenever you see price faking out of the area and then pulling back into the same zone, that's how you know price is actually ranging and this is actually a strong range. So if you're to take this out right here, you'd see it's in a big range. But since we have that zone in between, you can see that these are cut into two different levels. There's just nothing for us to take here. I mean, even if you wanted to take something, the pivots here are no longer confirming the trend. We'll see if price comes back down, then it may confirm the trend down below. And this may be the next level for the high-low scalping too. If anybody's looking to take it, again, I'm not really looking to take it right now because of obvious reasons. There's just no direction in price. Let me see if I can maybe change the opaque on this. It's a little too dark. It's a little better. But yeah, there's just no direction right now, guys. Price continues to bounce back and forth. There's a new zone right here, but I don't really want to draw it yet. It's just too many, there's too many zones now. So I'll update it a little later. But there's just nothing going on here. Yeah, C6A is going to stay out of it. You might even call it. It's not really it's not really a good area to trade in at all. All right, hoping there's some direction here. There's no other news for today, so there's not really too much to work with. Let's take a look at the calendar again real quick. So there's news coming up at 10 o'clock, but it's low impact news. It's just an oil rig count. We have that coming up. Let's check CNBC real quick and break the news for today. All right, so it says US fighter jets strike Syria. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious now that the US is in the war. So, we'll see. It's going to be a pretty crazy time between, I feel like this is a repeat of what happened the other year. I can't remember what war was going on recently because we just have so many things going on around the world. But we had a war that was going on. I think it was with China, I believe, or something. Something was going on last year or the year before that. And it happened around Christmas time too. And we had a ceasefire. It just seems like a repeat of like what happened during that war. We just have a lot of stuff going on in the world. Like I can't even remember what's going on anymore. We have a possible high-low scalp V2 coming up over here. Let me see how this is looking. I don't know if I'll take this trade. I'll probably hold off on this, guys. So if you guys are looking to take a trade here, we have price breaking below the structure here. I mean, if you guys want to take it, I'd probably only go for like 100 pips, guys. Like it's just, the range here is just not, it's not a good area to trade in. But I'll mark it up for you guys. So what I'll do here is I will, let me go to 10. Just so that you guys have an idea where that 10 mark is. If you guys do plan to take a trade here. I'm just looking out for you guys because it's just not, today's Friday. So just keep that in mind. Today's Friday, the market's ranging. There's not really much going on behind the scenes right now, specifically. There's just breaking news from the US. They just bombed Syria. So they are, I mean, they're in the war now. So we'll see if this starts World War III, which is going to be pretty crazy for next year. I mean, if the US starts to like really, have a role in this war, then we're definitely going to have World War III because China's going to get into it. And, there's just a lot of stuff. And we have the US elections coming next year. So I think a lot of this stuff is political. obviously, Trump's going to come in and he's going to say that we're going to go and do all this crazy stuff and everyone's going to be behind him on it. So I don't know. See, it's like I'm hoping the worst will not happen, but I feel like something might happen here in the US. And then when something happens here in the US, Trump will be quick to say that we're going to fight back, right? It's crazy. And then we also had that big shooting that happened recently as well. If you guys saw that, like, mass shooter. All right, guys, so we have a possible entry over here. Price is pulling back up. So if it comes back down, there may be opportunity for entry. If you guys want to take it, I'd probably only take it for like partial 100 pips or so. And then we'll see where this ends up going. So it hasn't filled yet, of course. But it looks like it's now inside that range again. So it's back in the upper range up here. We'll see if it pulls back down, back to the lower range. It might fake out up here and then come right back down to the lower range, like what it's been doing. So fake out might happen here, and then it'll pull right back down into this lower range right over here. Yeah, as soon as Kevin said, if this drops lower, it might set up for a momentum pullback scalp. And it was like, nope, did the complete opposite and went right back up. So yeah, I didn't have that opportunity right there for a momentum pullback scalp. We'll see if it comes down right here back to the lower range there. Let me see if I can maybe get in for 100 pips or so. See where it's at. Yeah, just like what William said, it's pinballing up and down right now. No opportunity here yet. I was gonna set it pending. I might have to get in here on manual. So let's see. The candles are still kind of weird on the MT4. I'll just move this over slightly right there. See where it's at. Let me check the point chart. So it's currently in that second zone, like how I mentioned earlier, guys. So we had that price fake out up here, and then it pulled right back down below to the lower range right here. Now it's kind of just sitting there without really too much movement. I didn't get into it, guys. I'm gonna hold off. Like tempted, but I don't want to get caught in this back and forth movement right here. Okay, man. So I followed into that trade, guys. Sorry. I was like thinking about it right here, and then I don't know. I just was like, I'm gonna get into it. So I got into it and it hit my TP. It like was just sitting around this area, and I was just thinking about it, and then it finally came down to this area right here, and I just hit sell. I had my TP already set to 100, and then it went straight to TP. Locked me out at a partial. Well, I got a green strip on it, but it didn't give me the full 2,000. It gave me 1,620. This is probably my cue to not trade anymore. I'm gonna turn off my MC4. I'll take a screenshot of my profits, but I'm definitely getting huge FOMO right now. And I've been getting this FOMO pretty much all week. What I was aiming to do here was I was aiming to cover my loss from earlier this Monday. If you guys remember, I took a loss here on Monday, and this is why I was getting FOMO, because I just hate closing out the week with a loss, right? I'm not used to seeing losses. Like if you see my results every single week, I always want to make at least enough to break even. So right now I'm currently at break even. I lost 300 pips on Monday. Yesterday, or on Monday, actually, I took a momentum pullback scalp for a full TP. Today I took a partial for the breakout V2, and then again today I took a partial for the for this entry right here. I did hit full TP, but I wasn't willing to hold on to that position for the full move. So if you guys took it for the full move, great work. If you guys didn't, it's completely fine. If you took it for partial, looks like a lot of you guys take it for partial. Profit's profit, guys, especially on a day like this, not even a day like this, but a week like this, where the market's just been ranging pretty much every single day in the middle of fall is a good sign. So I've recouped my loss for this week so far, thankfully. It could have ended bad, but for whatever reason, the market always happens to fall in my favor most of the time, thankfully. So I'm gonna go and just put some updates right here. The entry came up at we'll say 720, which around it. It was for a sell, another win. So both of the high-low scalp V2s that came up today both hit full TP. So if you guys took it, nice work. If you guys didn't, again, it's fine. I'm only going to document partial here for me. So I'm basically at a break even for this week, which is I'd rather be at a break even than be at a loss. It just kind of eats me up when I just hate losing. If you guys have traded with me for a while, I just don't like to end the week in a loss. I also don't like to have I don't like to have any red weeks. Partial scalp V2. I'll take a screenshot of my profits here. So other than that, let's see. So there's another lower level of liquidity right there. So if price continues to climb down lower, it'll probably try to reach that level down here. Yeah, exactly. William said, yeah, you won't go broke taking profit. Yeah, Siobhan said he's done. See you back here on Monday. William said he closed in profit. Fun day. Yeah, I know. It's just a mess. I mean, this whole month's been a mess. I mean, not month, this whole week's been a mess. So if you guys made profit today, I mean, that's great. If you guys have profit to send in, feel free to send them in. I'm going to go and give an update right here as well of my profits. And then I'm also going to take a screenshot of my accounts for today. Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. Not pretty soon, but I'll wrap this up at our usual, like maybe like 7:40 or so. So I'll hang around for a bit. If there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll continue looking for entries here, but at the moment, there's just nothing right now specifically. Looks like there might be another setup right here, but hasn't confirmed yet. Randy's done for the day. Patricia said she's done for the day. Thanks, Sean. She's out. Yeah. I'd probably just wrap it up because of the candle. So like if you look at MC4, that's why I was kind of tripped out too, because it closed me out in profit. And it was like way past it, but it only gave me partial. And I'll show you guys exactly what I mean by that. All right, actually, I can't even show you because I can't drag this over here. But I'll show you guys my screenshot of my profits, and then you guys will see how it gave me partial, even though it was a full TP. All right, so let me just take a screenshot. There's a possibility of opportunity right here on this next level, guys. I'm not going to take this trade though. I'm pretty much done for the day. I'm already getting FOMO. I had FOMO on that last trade, so I'm not looking to FOMO into another entry here. Let's see. Nick's asking, how do I get the indicators that you use? Nick, email me your, and I know who you are, so I know you have access to the indicators. Email me your TradingView username. So send me an email with your TradingView username, and then I'll update your information. I don't think you've sent it yet, right? Because I remember you sent over your Discord name, but not the. Yeah, just send over your TradingView, and then I'll update that for you right now if you want. Yeah, no problem, Nick. Good to see you here on the Zoom, and I'm glad you're participating. There's a lot of people who join the group and just never participate or just never hop in. And I think participating really helps you guys the most with just getting in touch with everything, because that's the only way you guys will learn, if you guys actually participate. But yeah, Nick, just send me over the email and then I'll update it for you. Nick's one of our new members, so welcome Nick here to the group. Yeah, and we'll see. Hopefully you do well over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. But let me take an individual screenshot of all my profits here, and then we will continue on with the day. But yeah, guys, if there's any other questions that you guys have, feel free to pop into the chat. You know, I'm here to help you guys out. There's no entry here yet, guys. It's currently setting up right now. So there's two levels right here. There's a level right here, and there's also a level down here. Right. So we have price break and close below it. If price comes back up for the fake out, then we'll look for the continuation back to the downside. And then from there, we'll look for possible entry if you're looking for entry. I'm not looking at taking entries here. So I'll mark it up for you guys and I'll analyze it, but I'm not going to be taking them on my accounts. I'm pretty much done for the week. You know, after that last trade was a straight FOMO move for me. I kept saying like I was going to hold off and I was going to wait for it to pull up, and I just ended up entering manually because I wanted to get in and out so quickly. So I just got to be smart and I got to be real with myself. I think that's one thing that a lot of people need to realize too. If you guys start to feel FOMO or you feel like you need to revenge trade, you got to be real with yourself. You just got to man up and turn off your MT4, because with a lot of people, it's crazy. You know, like I don't want to throw Gion on the bus, but Gion had the same situation this week. He understood that he was like revenge trading, but he still revenge traded. But now he's back, right? He's back to his consistency and he's back to where he should be. But he understood that he was revenge trading, and he took 2 losses instead of 1. He could have just taken 1 loss and been done with it. But he took 1 loss, revenge traded the next one, and then now he's in a deeper hole. But it's all good, it happens. Yeah, Shannon said, listening to your voice gives me peace. I'm learning so much just listening. Yeah, Kevin said, agree. That's what I did yesterday. Yeah, so Kevin did the same thing. It happens with everybody, guys. If you guys are revenge trading and stuff, it's okay for it to happen, but just make sure in the future that you guys learn from the mistake and you guys don't do it again. That's why for me, I'm usually like one and done. If I take 1 loss for the day, I'm usually done. Even though I can make back that profit on the next trade, I usually just call it a day because I already know my trade psychology is all messed up, and it puts me at risk of taking even dumber trades. So you just got to learn to understand your trade psychology and learn how to handle it yourself, because everybody's different. For me, I can just log off and be done for the day on my MT4, and then I can still analyze and not take any trades. For other people, you know, it becomes an addiction. People just get super addicted to trading, and then they just want to keep going. All right, so today was actually a pretty good day for me. It wasn't a great day, but it was a good day because all my profits are going to add up to something nice for today. So anyways, guys, right here, we currently have a possible setup for an entry. So if this candle closes above this blue line right here, it's going to be a setup for a high-low scalp V2. I'm not going to take this trade. As I told you guys can see right here, price is basically faking out. That's why I wouldn't want to take it. So see how price came down to this lower level, faked out, and then it might pull back into the range over here, which I don't want to get caught in. But all right, so if you guys want to take a trade here, I'm going to mark it up for you guys. ATR is currently at 21 right now, so I probably would recommend going for only 25 or even lower, 20. So there goes the entry right there, guys. I'm going to mark up 2 levels here for the 20. There goes the 20 right there. And then the 25, if you guys are looking to take this entry. I don't recommend taking it, but if you guys want to take it, I have marked up here because I just marked up here exactly why I wouldn't want to take it, because there's 2 different things that can play out here. So price came up, it'll either come back down and create a new range down here, or it's going to pull back up into this previous range, right? I don't like it when you have 2 different scenarios like that, where this can happen or this can happen, because it just kind of, it becomes a toss up. You're not really sure where price is going to go. You're not really sure if it's safe or not. You know, it's just not a good area to be getting caught up in a trade. So for me personally, I wouldn't recommend taking it. But if you guys are taking it, it's currently active. We'll come back and take a look at it later. Let me just copy over my profits real quick. So here are my profits for the day. Here's my first account. This is my funded engineer, locked in 750. That's my funded engineer 1. Here's my first FTMO, locked in 1,020. All wins here. Here is my second FTMO, locked in 1,020 as well. All wins there. Here's my third account, locked in 1,220. And here is my main 200K account. This is why it has a green strip. This is the account that I do all my trades on. You can see right here, this green strip indicates that it hit my full TP. I was supposed to make 2,000, but I made 1,620. It's kind of the same situation that happened with this one right here. This one right here was supposed to be 2,000 as well, but I got slippage. It closed me out, didn't give me the green strip, but you can see the slippage still happened. I had the green strip here for full TP, but it still gave me partial profit. So that's my main account right there. I locked in 2,600. Here is my second funded engineer account, locked in 365. Here is my personal account. I locked in 444, all wins here. And here is my TFF account. First TFF locked in 1,234, all wins there. And then my second TFF, same thing, 1,234. So solid profits here. Other than that, let's take a look at the team profits. So we have Andrew over here. He had the high level momentum for 10, partial on the breakout. Total profit, let's see, he has 5 accounts here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He locked in 960 on the first account, 1,305 on the second, 1,005 on the third, 855 on the fourth, and 855 on the fifth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5,000 for the day. Nice work, Andrew. So solid profits right there for Andrew. We have Shannon over here. Shannon had some losses. It's all good. She can bounce back from this. She had 1 small win and then 2 small losses right here, right after. So it's all good. Then we got Nathan over here. Total profit of 1,010 for the day. All wins. Nice work, Nathan. Oh gosh, yeah. So Shannon over here said she clicked 16 positions somehow after she phoned into the trade and waited a couple of days. Clicked the. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean it's all good. Shannon happened. She made a little mistake there, but you're gonna bounce back from it. It's no big deal. All right, so guys, look at this crazy spike right here. This is exactly what I was warning about, right? So see how price spiked up and it came right back down? Just fake outs in both directions. Not a good area to trade in. So hopefully nobody took a trade here because obviously you guys can see how messy it could have been. So I'm glad we skipped that trade there. Seems like everyone's kind of done for the day anyways. And I think that's about it. So let me see. Randy said heading out for the day. Yeah, definitely, Randy. We'll see you back here on Monday. Andrew, we'll see you back here on Monday as well. William said, Sean, how many individual FTMO accounts again? I suppose I can go to Discord and look. So here's the thing with FTMO. I don't really want to announce it. I'm going to announce it right here, but I'm going to do it really quick because I don't want FTMO to know what I'm doing. So I have 4 accounts. One of them is a challenge. So I started a new challenge here. I have 1 account right here, right? This is 1 account that's not it's not funded. These 3 are funded right here. So I have 100K, 100K, and a 200K. This is 400K funded right here. On this account right here, this is a challenge, but I'm going to get it to verification. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it really close to passing. So the passing is at like 5,000 profit. What I'm going to do with this account is I'm going to leave it at like 4,000 profit or 3,000 profit because there's no deadline to pass the challenge. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping this as a backup. So say if I ever screw up on one of the other accounts, I can just take 1 trade on my verification and then I get funded immediately right after. So that's why I have multiple accounts here. I'm only doing it with 1 right now because they haven't said anything to me. So I'm assuming it's fine, but I don't really want to announce it because I don't want anybody to really do what I'm doing because I'd rather have this as a backup, right? If they're fine with it, I'm going to just keep buying more accounts and then just have a bunch of verifications left at like 4,000 profit so that if I ever need to, if I like for whatever reason, I blow my account, right? I get whatever happens. It's a crappy week, crappy month. I blow my account, which is probably not going to happen, but I'd like to have that backup just in case. So like once I get below that account, I'll just take the verification, get funded, and then there you go. I'm back on track to getting payouts. So yeah, that's just what I'm doing, guys. I'm only doing it for one right now because I don't want to have like a bunch of verification accounts just sitting there, and then all of a sudden FTM was like, you can't do this, right? So I haven't seen anybody do it before, but you know, I'm always all about working smarter, not harder. So instead of me having to redo an entire challenge, I'll just have my verifications ready to get funded once it comes time. So I'm going to basically get this to verification. Once I get to that's like 4,000, I'm going to swap it out with another account, and I'm just going to let those accounts sit in my account and just wait for whenever, you know, have it saved for a rainy day, basically. Shannon's asking, how do I like funded engineer? I think they're okay, but the lot sizing is different. So it's taking me a lot longer to make profit. So you can see over here, this is my first funded engineer account, locked in 750. And then this in comparison to my 200K account, I made 2,000. The lot sizing is a lot different on funded engineer. So I got to figure out how the lot sizing works on them, because it's like 20 is not the same as 200. I might have to use like a 25 or a 30 or something like that, but I'll have to play around with it to figure it out. But again, those are just my extra accounts. I'm just testing them out to see if they're good or not. They're fine as is right now, but I don't know how long that'll last for, right? A lot of funding companies don't last very long, and we'll see how long this will last for. Just want to keep getting payouts until shit hits the fan, of course, how it normally does. Shannon said Apex works like that. Just keep paying monthly and sit on a challenge in case of fail. Gotcha. Yeah, no, definitely, Shannon. I know it works with those, but those are like slightly different compared to like FTMO, because the FTMO was actually pretty strict. I always get in trouble with them, but they've been good to me, so I don't want to get on their bad side. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for today. Let me see if there's any more profits here for the day. Let's see, we got Randy over here. Or we'll take a look at that later. These are all private messages. I don't want to put our private messages on the live stream. But all right, guys, so I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up for the week. Unfortunately, I'm breaking this week even, so I'm not really making any profit this week. I'm kind of just at break even. I had a loss on Monday, but then I made it back on Tuesday, Friday, and today. Or wait, yeah, today, Tuesday and Friday. I just took 2 trades on today and Tuesday to bring my profit back to break even. So no profit for me this week, but I'm happy that I'm back at break even. I'd rather be at break even than at a loss. So, all right, guys, other than that, I will see you guys back here on Monday. If there's any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we'll be back here, same place, same time next week. So